Gary over at Wealth Dynamics. Hope you're having a good day today. And I wanted to give you a really quick live stream just as I drive over to my house from the gym this morning and talk to you about your 401k. The 401k. I hate on the 401k a lot. You guys know that. I've done several videos on how it actually works, the fee structure, and we've generally talked about Wall Street and why mutual funds are a bad idea. But I want to talk to you specifically about target date funds. All right, now if you have a 401k, there's a very high chance that you have a Fidelity target date fund. You might have something similar from Vanguard inside your 401k. And it seems kind of like a cute idea, right? It's a fund that's basically created for your retirement horizon. So if you're retiring, in 20 years, you would choose the 20 target date fund, and they've got everything invested just the way you need it for the next 20 years. And when you get closer to retirement, you move it down to the next one and down to the next one until you're into the conservative fund, right? Now, where did the target date funds come from? Because if you're older than, let's say I am, you probably remember when there wasn't target date funds. Those came around like 2006, 2007, 2008. They really got popularized in that era. And now most people have them. If you talk to the average investor with a 401k, if they have target date funds as an option, that's what they've selected. Okay, they've got the 2020 or the 2050, whatever the target date is, right? And I want to share with you where they came from, whether or not you should be investing in them, and give you kind of the backstory so that you can make an educated decision on where you're putting your money. So the target date funds, before probably around like 2006, I think, they didn't really exist. Okay, it wasn't a thing. They didn't have those funds before. And then what ended up happening was in 2006, there was a bill that was released, and it was actually it was for the airlines. It was basically a bill that was passed to bail out the airlines. In that bill, they attached a provision that also bailed out Fidelity investments. Ooh, we didn't hear about this, right? It bailed out Fidelity investments. What it did is it said that if employers and plan sponsors and administrators selected target date funds from Fidelity, and Vanguard was involved as well, that as long as they offered those funds in their 401k, the plan participant did not have any legal right to sue the employer or the plan administrator over performance. Okay, I'm going to repeat that just to make sure it really sinks in. Fidelity lobbied to put a bill in place to say that if their target date funds were included in a 401k plan selection, that the plan participant, meaning you, the guy putting your money into it every month, as long as those funds were made available, you were not allowed to sue the plan administrator, which would be Fidelity, or the employer based on the losses in the account. Okay, now this happened in 2006. 2 years later, what happened? 2008 happened. So 2 years later, Fidelity actually had, 2008 happened, their average target date fund, guess what it lost? 30%. Their average target date fund lost 30%, and you, the investor, couldn't do anything about it. You could sue. They have no responsibility to you. And the employer is covered too. You can't sue them for putting that fund in the 401k and saying, hey, why did you put risky funds in my 401k? I lost principal. Now, do you know the worst part? If you lost 30% in 2008 and then you gained 30% back, guess what? You didn't make all your money back. You would have had to gain basically 100% of what you lost in order to get that money. So you couldn't have done just 30%. You would have had to do 100% of whatever you lost. You would have had to probably do 60 or 70% just to get that money back. But the employer, they're getting away scot-free. Fidelity is getting away scot-free. And guess what? They made money even though you lost. And your employer, they got the tax benefits even though you lost. So I want you to understand, like, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes with these funds that you're choosing in your 401k. Just because they're advertised and you saw the prospectus and the fund sheet looked good, and maybe you even went on Morningstar and looked up the ticker symbol, that doesn't mean anything. Okay, it doesn't mean it's a good fund, and it doesn't mean you know everything about the fund. Nobody knows this about Fidelity. You actually have to go find out who sponsored the bill and look at the legislature to find out that this is actually what happened in 2006. So I wanted to share that to make you aware of where you're putting your money. Most people have no idea. They just pick out of a list of funds. They think, oh, I'm gonna retire in 2050. It makes sense for me to pick the 2050 target date, and that's how they invest. And the financial advisor is fine with it because he gets paid either way. He's not gonna tell you not to do that. Okay, he's not gonna tell you who lobbied to get that mutual fund available in your 401k. He's not gonna tell you the millions of dollars that were spent to make that happen. He's not gonna tell you what the company makes in fees. He's not gonna tell you that you don't have any legal right to sue. Like, none of those things are gonna be disclosed. So as an investor, you need to invest like an investor and not like a consumer. If you're investing like a consumer, you are going to lose every time. Okay, so guys, I hope that this video finds you well. I hope that this information makes sense. And if you are watching this, I do want to make you a quick offer. So we have an account called the Sacred Account. Okay, the Sacred Account. The Sacred Account has no Wall Street involved. Okay, it didn't lose any money in 2008, 2001, 1979, the Great Depression, the Civil War. Like, you were profitable no matter what when you had this account. So we offer this account called the Sacred Account. And the purpose of the Sacred Account is for you to keep your saved income for the sole purpose of investing for cash flow. Okay, and the best thing is the account's guaranteed against loss. It's going to guarantee a 4% minimum gross dividend. On average, it does 6 to 8%, and it grows tax-free. And it's for investing, so you're not going to leave the money in there and build up a nest egg. You're actually going to accumulate money in the account till you can invest in an asset, and then pull that money out to invest it in the asset. And then you'll pay yourself back with your cash flow. So that's how the account works. Now, I want to make you an offer. If you submit your information, go to thesacredaccount.com. First, learn about it. If you're interested, submit your information. We'll hop on a call with you and answer all your questions. If you're interested in this account, you can't set one up by yourself. You have to have a registered agent, otherwise you can't put one together. I am a registered agent. I would love to do that for you. So click on sacredaccount.com, sacredaccount.com, and if you go to that link, you're gonna see all of the information on the account. Again, submit your information if you'd like to learn more. We'll answer all your questions, help you out, and if you'd like to put an account together, we can do that for you too. Until next time, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.